You have good leaders and bad leaders, and they tend to have the same kind of issues, right? And so bad leaders, for example, they want to be your friend. And I have found that in leadership, it's difficult to be leading a friend, right? That's not to say that you're still not friendly and you still don't love that person and respect that person. But when you're leading them, you have to kind of take that friend hat off, right? You can't be afraid to hurt people's feelings. And that's not to say that you're insensitive. We'd never want to do that. But sometimes the truth is a little ugly, but sometimes it has to be stated, right? So that we can understand it, address it, and move forward. We're worried about being pushy or being thought of as a micromanager. You need to move beyond that right now, because management and leadership is about driving others to their success, right? So how do we do that? How do we drive others to their success so that I can reach my success? Bad leaders are sometimes avoid confrontation. They're not comfortable with it. And you have to live outside your comfort zone. The best leaders learn everything that you want to create and build and benefit from generally in life, live just outside your comfort zone. So you have to find a way to get out there and be comfortable in the uncomfortable zone. Bad leaders tend to not be clear communicators. And that goes back to avoiding confrontation. And that goes back to being afraid to tell it like it is, to be truthful. What they tend to do is, the meeting's over and you don't really know what was said or what was determined. Communicate as clearly as you possibly can. And I would always follow that up with an email, usually after a meeting like that says, hey, I really enjoyed talking to you today. I loved hearing your feedback. And just to recap the meeting, these are the action items that I'm going to do. I'm going to send you this list. I'm going to talk to this person, right? Whatever those action items are on my point. And this is what you're going to do. These are your action items. You're going to make more calls today. You're going to work on reading some material about sales presentations, whatever the case is, right? So we've made that clear communication on what the meeting was about. And everybody's very clear on the path going forward. Bad leaders, they tend to procrastinate, right? Then they've got issues. They've got things on the team, things that need to be addressed. Bad leaders tend to wait until the very last part of the month, right? The last week, they're really pushing their team to try to hit goal instead of dealing with those issues early and often and in real time. And you have to lead by example. I'm a true believer of that. And as soon as you don't, the team is not going to be following you. And bad leaders have a sense of entitlement. I truly believe that the best leaders are truly there to lift their team up and drive the team to success, right? That's their job. The job of the team is not to make me successful. My job is to make the team successful and each individual person of the success. And I truly believe that when I've helped others be successful, that is when I reach my success, right? And then contrary, good leaders, I see success is more important than friendship. Success is more important than friendship. And that means success for that individual. And if I can help them reach their success, then I'm happy. And I get a lot of enjoyment from that. And I know a lot of the leaders on this call have the same feeling about that. The one thing that people will say about me is you never have to wonder what Joe's thinking, because I'm going to tell you whether it's good or bad. And I try to say it in a nice way, but just be honest with feedback. And then, you really have to focus on the details. It really is about the small things. So if you take care of the small things within your team, the small things take care of the big things, really, right? So in the sales world, are your people making enough calls every day? If they're not making enough calls every day and you allow that to go on and on and on, at the end of the week, now you're 100 calls short. And at the end of the month, you're 400 calls short. And you know that each call equals a certain amount of revenue. You're going to miss your goal, right? And so you have to be on it right now. Hey, guys, yesterday we missed our call volume by 25 calls. Let's get on it. We got to work a little harder today to reach our call. So whatever that means to you and to your team.